Jeff is checking in from Calhoun, Georgia. He said, if you could know the result of any regular season game to get the best glimpse of the season ahead, which game would you pick? And he said, I cannot use Ohio State, Michigan. That's fine, Jeff. I wasn't going to pick Ohio State, Michigan anyway, believe it or not. I would go FSU, Clemson. If you told me the outcome of FSU, Clemson, that's week 4, I think I would know a quarter of the playoff picture. Maybe. So if you told me like Tigers by 17, I don't think they have other big hurdles, especially if they're that thorough against Florida State. I don't know what their other big hurdles are. And so you're painting them into the ACC championship game already. Conversely, if Florida State were to go up there in the Tiger Stadium in Death Valley and they were to win by double digits, especially if Florida State wins, they may be undefeated in conference play. The line on that game right now is Clemson minus 2.5. That is, by the way, with home field baked in. So that's an odds maker telling you, hey, we may even power rate Florida State just a smidge above Clemson. That's one of them. I'll tell you another one I would really appreciate a spoiler on. That's Penn State, Ohio State. You give me that one, and I know a lot. Because then, if you let me know Penn State's going to beat Ohio State as a 10.5-point dog, no less, it doesn't matter to me if Penn State lost to Michigan, or it may not matter as much. Because at least I know they're splitting those big 2 games. They're not going to get swept. And likewise, if you tell me Ohio State beats Penn State, I am going to think to myself, that's the big hurdle. I think they'll be undefeated, at least in conference play, undefeated when they play Michigan late in the year. So I would love to know the outcome there. Really, though, if the upset were to happen, I think that's the bigger story. If the upset happens, number one, Penn State is in line to maybe go to the Big Ten championship game, depending on the Michigan game. They're in the playoff picture. But also, if Ohio State lost to Penn State, they're already a flawed team. Well, their record has a flaw on it, a blemish on it before that Michigan game. That could be tough. The third one, LSU, Alabama. Looks like CBS. Looks like Big Brother's going to make this the night game in the SEC this year. By the way, for those of you who like night games, it looks like Bama's going to get Texas and LSU in Bryant-Denny Stadium at night. So there's that. Man, how this one shakes out is another really big deal. And remember, of course, Bama goes down there last year. They lose. LSU wins the division. If Brian Kelly walks into the SEC and starts off 2-0 against Nick Saban, and that is, by the way, him doing what people said he couldn't do, and that's beat Alabama, beat Nick Saban. It's crazy what better players will do for you. I think that'd be huge because we already know if you tell me the outcome of that one is Bama losing, they probably have no more margin for error in conference play. And likewise, if you tell me Bama wins that game, well, that means obviously they were just good enough to do it. Then if you told me the score and it was pretty emphatic, I would wonder, I wonder if they got that quarterback play figured out. I wonder if that secondary is as good as I think it's going to be. So I would like to know FSU, Clemson. I would like to know Penn State, Ohio State. And I certainly would like to know LSU, Alabama. If anyone knows anything out there, I promise I'll keep it to myself. Just hit me up. You know how to get in touch with me.